guys, welcome back to my channel again. So today I'm going to show you something about indices. What are indices actually? It's the power raised to a number. Okay, if for example you say 2 raised to power 4, then 4 is the index and the plural of that becomes indices. So I'm going to show you laws of indices. What are the laws? I've written a few things here. Laws of indices. Laws of indices. Indices is a plural of index, and the index is the power to which you raise the number. Like if you raise 2 to power 4, 4 is the index. Okay, and if they're plural, then they become indices. So I'm going to show you laws of indices. I've written a few things here, and you can see here is a, I can't see from here, I have to look, sorry, 1 minute. A times a, that's a raised to power m times a raised to power n. That's how you solve it. A raised to power m plus n here. Okay, yeah, let me check it. Yeah, exactly. Am divided by a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n. Here number 2, a raised to power m, a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n will be a raised to power m minus n there, right there, that one. Okay, are we together? So this is actually indices. Like for example, when you raise this is an index, this is an index, this is a power. It can't be anything. For example, you can suppose a was 2 and this is 4 times a, which is 2, and this is 3. You see, we are going to add this power, and this the base is the same here, so a retains here, and then we have m plus n. So the letters are there just to represent. We are not putting, you can put any values here. Okay, so I've shown you this one, which is divided by. So let's go down. Now we have a raised to m into brackets n. It's gonna be a into n, m times n. You multiply these two top one, you get that one, and then we have a raised to 0 will be 1. Okay, and then we have the last one, a into power minus n will be half 1 over, this is a fraction because there's minus in the index, will be 1 over a into n. Okay, so are we together? I'm pausing for you to see. There are 2 more I'm going to add. Okay, let me give you 2 more to finish up this series of indices that I'm showing you today. So a raised by 1 over n is equals to n comes here and a comes here. I'll show you in a minute. And then a raised to m over n would be radical n a into m. Okay, so these are the last 2. This one dealing with the radical. Radical actually is like finding the square root. For example, if a is raised to power, say n here is 2, then you're going to find the square root of this. That's why we put that radical there. Yeah, 2 is indicating you are finding the square root of that one. suppose it's 2, it could be a cube root or anything. And then here we're doing the same thing but in a different way. In this case we have the exponent is a fraction, m over n, so that's why we write it like this. So we're gonna have n, which is down here, coming up just like there, it went there, and then m coming outside the exponent. It means whatever result you get here, you're going to raise it over this as a power. Okay, are we together? Yeah, so that's what we call laws of indices. That's how indices work in maths. Just a brief thing I wanted to show you about indices, and I hope you learn something out of this. Okay guys, you can do various examples like a into raised power n times a raised power n, give it n value, but you should always know that you are going to add m plus n. If you are doing a into m divided by a into n, you should know that you are going to subtract m minus n, the exponents. So a is the same, you know, a is a, so a into the exponent of m minus n, okay, because it's a division, you are dividing. I've shown you on the board. And if you are doing a raised by m in bracket, then n is outside as an exponent, then it means you are going to multiply, that's raised, multiply m and n as an exponent over a raised to m times n being the exponent, and then number raised to 0 is 1, so a raised to 0 is going to give you 1. Suppose a is 2, you raise it to 0, it will give you 1. Suppose it's 3, raise it to 0, it will give you 1, n number. Now a raised to power minus n, so let's assume n is 2. I'm all using 2 because it's the simplest number. That will give you 1 over 2, and then it becomes a fraction. You put 1 over a still raised to power positive, and now it is minus, become positive. Okay, so suppose it's 2, for example, then it be 1 over 4, or 1 over 2 raised to power 2, right? That would be 4. And these examples, you go to the radicals, you know how to do the radical. Like for example, 1 over n, a raised to power 1 over n. Suppose 1 over n is a half. That means you're going to find the square root of a. So that's why I use the radical symbol. And if you're having a into m, it means you're dividing the exponent m over n. Then m goes outside. First of all, you deal with a. Suppose a is 2, right? You deal with a, you find the square root of a, and then you multiply that exponent m. Yeah, man. Thanks for watching. This is about the laws of indices and how they work. Please like, share, and subscribe as I bring you more about these maths. Okay, bye.